week into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports.
On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
They are led out by an 8-time Pro Bowler in his 16th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level, went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, as a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
Rodgers now on first down.
He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
You got to be smarter than that, man. Come on.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Interference. Defense.
Oh, man.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Rodgers.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got to...
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out comes the Indy offense for their first drive of the game, and leading him out, their new quarterback for 2020, the longtime Charger, Phillip Rivers.
I don't know what it is, partner, but every time I watch Phillip Rivers play, I just have a big grin on my face because he plays the game with such joy. Loves being out there. Remember, he's part of that great 2004 class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger, two of them still in the league today. Now he's probably going to go over 60,000 passing yards and 400 touchdowns this season. The big question mark, how much does he have left in the tank? I think he's got plenty.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And yet again, he stopped Vikings defense. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
1st and 10.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
The ball carrier.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And his throw is incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez.
KJ Osborne deep for Minnesota.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 20.
Minnesota Vikings coming back out here getting ready for their next drive. Week 1 for them, the loss to Green Bay, 43-34. Now, before the game, they got good news. The Dalvin Cook news, signing to a 5-year extension, didn't translate onto the field collectively as a team, especially really, Charles, on the defensive side. Aaron Rodgers carved him up with those 43 points.
And that's where the surprise is. Not that Aaron Rodgers could carve someone up. We know he's capable. But Minnesota's defense, so proud, so good for so many years, still possesses tremendous players at every level, and picked up Yannick Ngakoue in the preseason. But remember, Daniil Hunter, their best pass-rushing defensive end, did not play in this game. That hurts when you're trying to keep Aaron Rodgers corralled.
And now, coming up, it's interesting. They're going to kind of take a tour of the AFC South. They're at Indy, home for Tennessee, and then they'll visit Houston before getting out of the AFC South and traveling to Seattle for their first primetime game of the season.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
13 yards.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I love the durability of Kyle Rudolph. He hasn't missed a game for the Vikings since 2014. Always on the field, always contributing. They keep calling him a dependable target. He can be that and more. And remember, in the overtime win against New Orleans in the playoffs last year, who caught the game-winning touchdown? That guy right there, Kyle Rudolph.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
A throw for Thielen once again. This time it's complete.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt.
Vikings.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard
Back out here coming the Indianapolis Colts on offense, getting set for their next drive. And looking back to their Week 1 game, Charles, a loss at Jacksonville, 27-20. They've now lost 7 straight season openers. That's the longest stretch of any NFL team, and they have not won in Jacksonville since 2014. Of course, a new quarterback in Phillip Rivers. So what did you make of his debut? Kind of a mixed bag, right?
That certainly was, and before I even get to Phillip Rivers, it really jumped out at me when you said 7 straight opening day loss, the longest streak in the NFL, because I would have thought it would be the Browns. But I guess there's a tie in there for the Browns somewhere, so that was a non-loss for them. But Phillip Rivers, they brought him in to help them win a championship. 36 of 46, 363. It certainly sounded good, but 2 costly interceptions, something that plagued him in Los Angeles last year, and the injury factor crept in as well. Marlon Mack, one of their leading rushers, looks like he's out for the year with an Achilles tendon injury.
Yeah, that's a big loss. Now, they do have 2 home games coming up to try to turn it around. Home against Minnesota, a team that they've actually beaten 5 straight times, and then home again against the Jets in Week 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line. That's the end of the
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Colts nothing.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Now it's Hines. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Right there. 54, right there.
Rivers on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Rivers pass.
T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see, New Orleans in the South, and out West, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think two are come from out West. Arizona and Seattle. And the third wild card, I think it's going to come from the South, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay is going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl champs, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran Breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one in a Super Bowl classic. Baltimore wins the championship.
All right, just so I go on record, I mentioned I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm going to take them over the Packers. So I think we'll have another young and old QB mix. Packers, a little bit of a surprise getting in there, and I'll take Mahomes with a repeat title.
I love it. A rematch of Super Bowl I, which was...
This is caught inside the 15.
That's good.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Fumble on the play. Recover.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills and out of line and think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10.
Number 30.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did, Division III football, to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him. And they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
It's now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Twisting away.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that one will be accepted. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Hines. And some space here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Good for a Colts. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Escapes the defender, and he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Feels like they might be a step ahead in their play calling because after that big run, I thought they'd come back with another one, seeing as they had momentum going in that direction. Instead, they dial up a big pass, breaking off big chunks of yardage on this drive.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got Burton here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Rivers. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 19 yards away. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
Extra point attempt to come here.
Extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
Sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go, and whoa.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Come on, man. Set the tone. You better do something.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is caught at the 8. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Rodgers to throw once more. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Dan Bailey.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at.
Situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up first and 10
at their 25-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Second and 10.
Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. from the gun. Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down.
All right, while we have a second here, Charles, let's look ahead to week 2 on the NFL slate. Some great games coming up. I'm just looking early here Sunday. You got Carolina, Tampa Bay. Wondering if Tampa can get the win there. Detroit and Green Bay both 1-0. That's intriguing, an in-division game. And then, Washington and Arizona, you probably wouldn't highlight that one normally, but one of those teams, is going to be 2-0.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch. And how about the Sunday nighter? New England at Seattle. Cam Newton now leading the Patriots, and Russell Wilson was so sharp in the opener at Atlanta. And then, of course, on Monday night, the opening of the Raiders' new stadium with the Saints coming to town. I'm really excited about that one.
And you've said it well with the Raiders. If there was ever a stadium that looked like a Raiders stadium, it's that one.
It certainly does, doesn't it? And, I don't want to steal anything from anyone else or any movies or whatever, but the theme music, you got to know, is going to be dark and powerful, just like the Raiders want it to be.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indy's set to go on offense once more. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line.
He'll start by handing this off to Mack.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And he's got his man Hilton. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He steps into this one, and this is a end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now out comes Minnesota. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. A 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Second and 20. Here's Rodgers to throw. Quickly to Thielen here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up first and 10 at the 20. He'll throw from the gun. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now a give right side. It's Hines. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Barr brought him down. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
And anytime they want to throw the football, there was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
33,
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
The ball carrier.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Catch made here by Campbell. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
The return is Osborne. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
40-yard line.
The Vikings head out to take over once again.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Maybe that can down.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Sharp. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The ball carrier.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Rodgers. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Rodgers looking to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him is his ability to play the ball in the air and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That sack by the DN, Danico Autry.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to 0. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.